Assalamu alaikum. This is a constitutional advocate Gulraiz King. Good morning. This is the 16th of the Jan year 2025. Today I'm going to address a new question of observation that we have to understand. So a lot of the individuals, they become socially manipulated when it comes to understand that a marriage and divorce. A billion of the individuals, they don't know the targeted area of the marriage or divorce under the legal observations, and in the end of such transaction they could be manipulated either by their surrounding or at the behest of their own thoughts. In marriage or in divorce, it's all about the thoughts execution. It's not about the human. You have to understand what are the elements leading such individual, irrespective of the gender, male or female. It is not mandatory that that the gender is male or female. The male could have the negative sorts of the thoughts inside his body, or even the female. So here we have to be very cautious as to observe that if a female is subjected with the constructive elementary subjections of the coast negated transitional areas of the declinations of the marital incremental force production. Yes, marital force production. So if anyone who is just deliberately doing constructive divorces to a female, or a female is doing constructive divorces to a male, this is going constructive precedent in concurrent operative areas of the Pakistan and India as well, and the other countries as well. But when it comes to understand practically that the human beings in Pakistan, they are not willing, they are not trying to convince their souls how to maintain even a single marriage. So when the human beings, they are not in the position as to just perform an accurate length of a marriage, thereafter a divorce in hand could be waiting for the same subject matter. Yes, I'm talking about the majority of the individuals in Pakistan, that why they fail in order to maintain a perfect marriage, because they don't have the resolution regarding the incremental force of production or marriage force of production. So they don't have the incremental source of thoughts. In absence of having the intelligent thoughts, you will always bond up unnecessarily constructive divorces. After trying up one person to another person, your thoughts will revolve there. You consider, and a lot of the times you might consider that you get married to him or to her. This is a deception of thoughts. Yes, and we should clear these points in one's life in order to abstain from the major sins of the thoughts complexities, because we know that the demon is there, and he is always manipulating the human encyclopedia, especially in the shape value of veins in blood cells. And thereafter the easiest way for a demon to attack into the area of marriage and divorce. It is a favorite subject of demon, and the humans, they always don't understand such questions of modesty, decency, and brutally victimized throughout the multiple solutions of the marriages. It is not the words which can attract a marriage, it is the activities, which is the principal transitional areas of working, execution of thinking, or constructive implications of the hardships of surrounding or other individuals working. So if anyone who is just considering herself, himself, I'm again taking the both, like the male and female as well. So if any person is self-centered, if a female is self-centered, if a male is self-centered, thereafter the such subjected relationship will be bound up in unnecessarily divorce and marriage. So marriage is reciprocating to a divorce, and a divorce is reciprocating to a marriage in a male dominant society. These 2 points are reciprocating, because when the males get divorces, they get married as soon as possible because they have options. And I'm surprised to observe that there is no one in Pakistan, India, in subcontinent, even in the concurrence practical area of the Sunnah and Islam, that they don't fit for economy. They don't want to maintain their economy. Despite of maintaining their economy, if they have unnatural problem, then they have to get married. In the case of death of her wife or his husband, a female have to get married as soon as possible. But nowadays the male and females, they have relationships through the media, I mean social media, and they're using and mobilizing the social media as a tool of the having the adaptations of the relationships in order to satisfy their souls, their inner souls. Such souls don't have the incremental force of the area of the inclinations of the humanly actual performance of the reproductive growth rate of the children. They don't get married in order to produce the children perfect, accurate, abstract area of working for their upcoming years. Nowadays it is becoming a new concurrent area of precedent in custom in legal laws that the humans get married for the entertainment purposes. Yes, and I'm totally as I told earlier to the statement that the females and the males, they get married out of the doctrine of necessity. It was the ancient precedent. The male and female get married out of the doctrine of the necessity, so that in the adversity they take care of each of them, their surrounding. Nowadays they don't take care of each of them. They consider the marriage to a celebration, and so it is not a celebration, it is a responsibility, it's a liability. And when we are not willing to understand that a marriage is a liability, or a marriage is a liability, such liability is called outstanding liability. There is a marriage liability and constructive liability of sub-clauses of the liabilities in order to have the responsibilities. But in Pakistan and India, the humans, they don't know the valuations of the marriage. They don't know the valuations of the divorces. They have mixed up both. And in the same sense, they are suffering challenges. They don't have a lot of the individuals, they are not in the position as to produce the children because of manipulating their rights in the shape negated areas of the sexual transmissions, tryouts to their girlfriends, to their boyfriends in the hotels, in the restaurants, in the universities, in the colleges, in the hostels, in the other areas. So what happens next with their upcoming generation, that they even do not have the cells to produce the legitimate children of their own, and they wound up having nothing inside their body, and they have to face the music of divorces after divorces because they can't produce children. And in Pakistan and India, it is also a prevailing custom and precedent that if a female is not eligible to produce a legitimate child baby, male one, then she will be rejected by her parents in prior parents of the such a female, that they abandon her because they consider that she is not subjected to make a male hierarchy in her house, and they neglect such a female, and she will have a divorce in upcoming years. This is a precedent custom. A lot of the females become targeted after having the manipulated male dominant society's production. So if a female is incapable of producing a male child, 25% groups of the world population of the females get divorces because such females are incapable of producing male child. If a female produce female or a series of female, thereafter in Middle East, it is also a custom and precedent that such female get automatic divorce at the pointations of the brother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, and this is a custom and precedent in Pakistan and India as well, and in the Middle East countries. So when they get divorces 1/1, and such female cannot produce the male child What does it mean? It means that they have the former generation where a female get wedded to a person. They have interest in the production growth rate of the upcoming children and have no interest for the such wife of the husband or husband of children, or wife of the husband or husband or the children. No, sorry, not children, husband. So if the in the marriage, in the resultant, so I'm challenging here one question of fact and law, that why the divorces are being applied due to observing the upraised amount of the female's production. This is the first element. The male dominant societies in the whole of the globe, in evaluation of the rights of the females, we have to consider this critical examination of the scientific question of the observations of the resolutions, that if a female get married and she produce female children, if a female get married and she produce female children in the country like Middle East, then such the life of such a female who got married will be very upset one, as per my understanding of the constitutional observation. Because if she produce female children, thereafter the surrounding of the subjected female will always disclaim that she is a liability. A female is considered as a liability in Pakistan and Middle East as well. It doesn't matter that the public say that we acknowledge the female rights. No one acknowledges the female rights in practical area of existential, measurable, intangible and intangible execution of the thoughts of one's person. So if a female produce and second female produce and third female produce in return of a marriage, then what is the destination of such marriage? A divorce or a cornered, this is a new term, a cornered relationship with such females in return of cash. This is a miserable and pathetic question of thought, that the human beings in Pakistan, India, Middle East countries, their thoughts have proven cost negated to the economical area of acquisitions of the proper valuated rights. Yes, their thoughts have decretal amount sheets inside their bodies, and they claim that they acknowledge the human female's rights. I'm surprised, and I'm still considering critically examining such rights, that if the females were produced in return of the marriage, so there is a divorce in 10 years, 5 years, to 1 year. Yes. So if a male produced, their probability of such marriage would be raised. And I'm surprised always after observing the female's production, because and there is another scientific resolution of such incremental force of existential of the marital declinations of the challenges of the human's children growth rate, that if a male produces and there is less chances of the divorces, yes, in a marriage, yes. And if a male or a female both produces, then a marriage could be a disturbed channel of working if a male of such a female is not earning above board. And if he is earning above board, then everything is fine. So these are some civil challenges which we are not trying to acknowledge. It is very easy to say that the females are rahmati. But when it comes to provide the right of said females in question in practical areas of existential rights of said females in question, such females always disassociate such thoughts which such females want to execute practically in shape value of a marriage. And such females, when execute such thoughts are ex parte decretal declined areas. So in Pakistan, in India and other countries, when females get wedlocked, their thoughts have already deceased inside their souls. Such females don't have the actual thinking of a female. That is the sole reason the male dominant societies are declining in social challenging resolutions in Middle East. Stay blessed.